very good Saturday evening to all of you. Saturday, March the 6th. We're Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports coming to you live tonight from our studios in Enterprise, Georgia, Thompsontown, Georgia, Tobacco Road, Georgia, and live from the Executive Lounge at Teasers in Wicksburg, Alabama. Coming to you live from all 57 states, 5 foreign countries, and 3 sunken islands. Don't forget, next week you can catch reruns of this show as a part of the Partridge Family, Bewitched, or the Colgate Comedy Hour. And ladies and gentlemen, for the very first time tonight, we are live on the big screen at Mel's Mexican Meal House, Muslim Cuisine and Minnow Shop in Monkey's Eyebrow, Kentucky. And we welcome you tonight to the Charlie Platt and Dirt Road Sports Show. Take it away, Mr. Charlie Platt.
Well, I'm a little late joining the crew tonight because I had to go back out to the road and make sure the gate was locked. I've had several calls this afternoon who saw the promo on my Facebook page and wanted to know right off the bat, did Nadine double starch Floyd's underwear this weekend?
No, man. We're good on the underwear. Ooh.
Okay.
No starch.
Okay. All right.
Viewpoints, opinions.
Always the truth.
Always. That's about it. Anybody want to argue with it? Come on.
That's right. We here. No doubt about it. Great to be with everybody on Saturday night. Hope everybody had a good week this week. It has been an active week here in the area where I live. Happens to be real close to US 431. And all those Democrats that elected Joe Biden for president and the 2 Georgia senators from up there around DeKalb County, let's see, what's the other? Cobb County. Those Fulton's on the list. Half of them folks up there have come down 431 this week on their way to sit their butts in the sand. I guess that's where they're going. I don't know. But man, we have had you Georgia folks coming through. I'm thinking about opening up a roadside stand. I don't know exactly what we could sell them, but we can make some money off of them. I think we're going to try to do that all summer long. But evidently, it must be spring break up around that Atlanta metro area because they have been coming through here all week long. Floyd?
Well, I didn't think none of them was in school for no spring break up there. I thought all the schools closed down. Too dangerous to be in school. I didn't think there was no schools going on up there. But,
I didn't think about that.
They'd be discriminating against folks sending them to school. They may catch something at school. They may actually learn something, but Panama City, man, little road, baby. They down there, they packed like sardines down there. They wiggling around like a can of pond worms down there. They having a large time. But I'm just thankful to the good Lord. I'm over here on Tobacco Road, right off Tobacco Road over here, surrounded by decent folks. And I don't hear no gunshots. I don't hear no rap music. I don't hear no thumpers going, boom, boom, and all that kind of stuff. It's quiet, man. It's quiet where I'm at. That's the way I like it. I hope they have a good time down there. I hope they enjoy themselves. And I hope all of them get home safe. They playing with fire. I played with it before myself down there. They playing with fire. I hope they all get home safe. Most of them got a mom and daddy that loves them. Most of them will come home if they can. But anyway, Lord be with them. Be with them down there at Panama City. Lord bless and keep them. That's all I can say.
That's right.
There you go.
Queasy. What you think?
Well, Charlie, you can get rich if you open up a roadside stand up there and try to sell them folks from Atlanta stuff, because they'll believe anything and they'll buy anything. Look at how they voted. They voted for. I mean, just look at it. They put 2 folks. They voted and put 2 senators up there. Between the 2 of them can't spell senator, and then they voted for president. This old people got to tell him what day it is. He don't even know what's going on. They tell him to shake his head this way, vote that way. I'm so sick of it. I'm so glad I can honestly say that I didn't vote for none of them. I tell you what, it just makes me mad to even think about it. And pick up the newspaper, try to read it, and then all you see is trash. That's all you see. And I know we're gonna get into it tonight. We got some things we're gonna get into tonight. We probably gonna pick some people off, but it won't be the first time. And
No.
it is a sad, sad, sad time in the United States right now, because we have zero leadership, none. And when the leaders ain't talking, people gonna listen to whoever he is, and I'm worried about where we headed.
I am too. I think that more and more people, even some of them that because daddy was a Democrat, great granddaddy was a Democrat, and I had to vote for the Democrats. I think some of them are beginning to see a little bit of turmoil that they have created. What you think?
Well, I think people need to wake up and understand you ain't got to do but one thing, and that's die. You free to make up your mind to do everything else. God gave everybody walking on this earth free will to choose what you wanted to do. The only thing he didn't say you had a choice in was dying. And you're gonna have to do that. Other than that, so anything, any you can give me all the excuses you want to give me. I ain't buying none of them. I absolutely ain't buying them. I'm sick of hearing them. It's but what I don't know now, what I'm curious about is who they gonna blame it on now. Donald Trump ain't there. Who they gonna blame it on?
Who they gonna blame it on? White supremacists, Donald Trump, Christians. That's who they gonna blame it on. It's already the problem. They already making noises about all that. It's amazing to me. They talking about the Ku Klux Klan. I'm 73 years old. I've never seen nobody dressed up in a Ku Klux Klan outfit. Never in my life. Nobody never come up to me and show me. So look at him, boy. I'm a member of the Ku Klux Klan. Don't you want to get involved in the Ku Klux Klan? Nobody ever done that. I'm talking about back in the 60s. They didn't do it. And they dang sure ain't doing it now. So don't come here with all the white supremacy and the Ku Klux Klan and all this kind of stuff. And we trying to take over America. We trying to save America is what Christian folks are trying to do. Intelligent Christian people who have a soul, who have a moral obligation to their family and to themselves and to God Almighty are trying to save this country. And they are hell bent to take it away.
Marvin, I want to ask your opinion on something. I had a man ask me yesterday. He talking about this cancel culture. And he asked me, he said, it's going to keep on for long. They're going to try to start canceling God, canceling the Bible. But ain't they already doing that now?
Well, they're trying to. Yeah, they're trying to. I mean,
they've been trying it 2,000 years. Yeah,
and look at here. You got, all right, they're canceling Mr. Potato Head. They're canceling Dr. Seuss. They're going. 6 of those books are out. They are canceling Mr. Ed.
Only talking horse I ever known in my life. They canceling
him. Yeah.
Whoa. Excuse me. I've been left out on something here. Why? I gotta ask the question because I don't know. Why would we cancel Mr. Ed?
Because it is not gender neutral. He is a Mr.
Oh, he's Mr.
Oh.
Yeah. And here's one that I guarantee you is coming, and I'm going to let y'all figure out why. They're going to cancel Woody Woodpecker next, I promise you.
Do you?
What is Woody doing? What is Woody doing, Mark?
Waitress.
I'm just telling you, mark my word on that. Let me share one with you. If you don't, now you want to tell you how far off the rails we've come. This is real this week. Somebody posted this. Dog owners, stop saying good boy and good girl to your pets. This kind of gendered language is normalizing the myth of canine sexual dimorphism and delegitimizes the lived experiences of transgender dogs.
Well, let me tell you something. I got the answer for that. I got the answer for that, and it ain't going. There is no such thing, nor will they ever be a such thing as a transgender dog, because dogs and everything else in nature, other than man, follows God's plan. The one thing that God made the closest in His own image, the thing that He made, we turned on Him. You ain't gonna see no dog walk around and say, don't, no, I'm, no, that's just absolutely. You ain't got to ever worry about that happening. But
Hey,
you
look
know,
right here. Tony Clay said, "Pass the plate." Marvin is Pentecostal preaching. Hallelujah.
so
Yeah,
let me
he
ask
knows
you
them
this.
too. Tony Clay know one.
Son, he knows
Let,
a Pentecostal.
Yes, sir.
let
He
me ask you
knows.
this
He
question,
knows it. He feels it.
because
Okay.
I didn't know, I don't know that I paid real good attention in school, but when you get into biology and you go to talking about reproducing and reproduction, now y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but it takes a male and a female to reproduce. It don't make difference if we're talking about men or dogs or whatever we're talking
Birds,
about.
whatever.
That's it takes it. It takes. So if it's gender neutral, if our goal is to be gender neutral, then is our goal to wipe out the human race? Do
Yep,
we not want any more males and any more females? I mean,
that's it.
where are we headed?
That's the goal. That's what's going. That's the final goal. That's what will happen. I mean, if we listen to all these fools, that's exactly what's going to happen. So,
But
where do you go? I mean, where did old folks like us go? Where do we go? What do we do? We get on the YouTube, on the Facebook on Saturday night at 8 o'clock and tell everybody how we feel, exactly how we feel. So,
well, let me ask you this: do you think that these people are saying this stuff just for attention, or do you think somebody can actually be that stupid?
no, they believe it. They believe it. They
They
absolutely believe
believe
it.
it.
And they're highly educated. There's no telling how many doctoral degrees and philosophers and all think the same thing as that stupid person who come up with the gender neutral dog. That's how
Okay.
stupid they are. They are idiots. And listen to me. I'm gonna tell you, if any of y'all out there listening that think there's a gender neutral dog somewhere, call us. Call Marvin and
Yeah.
Marvin to put you on
Yeah.
speakerphone, and I'll talk to you.
254-5060. We will welcome your call. We are
Yeah.
waiting on the line for someone with a real live transgender dog.
Yeah.
Or
I
we'll
want
take
to talk
that.
to him too.
Yeah, I want to talk to him. Yeah.
Hey,
Roscoe, come over here, boy. Come here. Come,
you're talking about all this cancel
come
culture.
here.
I'm kind of like Terry Bruce put on here. If they're going to cancel everything and be all sensitive, then I want them to cancel Fat Albert because that hurts
Yeah.
my feelings.
That's right. Yeah, you're right.
Well, don't be
Overweight
messing
people.
with Fat Albert
Making
now.
fun of overweight people. Yeah. Cancel
Mm-mm-mm.
the Beverly Hillbillies. Cancel
Yeah.
Green Acres.
Hold it.
Cancel
Wait
them.
a
Who
minute.
they, who,
You,
they, who they making fun of on the Beverly Hillbillies? Beverly Hill, the Hillbillies. So who they making
what?
fun of on Green Acres? Huh?
I
The
don't know.
Do
farmers.
your demographics on those two programs right there. Let's see.
Yeah,
Let's see who they made fun of.
yeah.
Did
Well,
you see that right there?
I got
We got.
something. I got something I want to say with farmers and making fun of farmers. I'm afraid that if we keep going the way old cousin Joe be a going or whatever he wants to be called, Uncle Joe, cousin Joe, jackass Joe, whatever. If we're gonna go all electric, I hope my friend Billy Kimbrell, who is an auctioneer, pretty good one at that, lives long enough to auction off the first 300 horsepower electric tractor.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, it's a
It
baby
won't cost
doll.
$2 million. That's all it'll cost $2 million for an electric tractor. That's all it'll
At
cost.
least $2 million.
Yeah.
And
What will the recharging port look like for it?
Oh my God. Yeah.
that's going to be an interesting thing to see too. It will take at least 7,000 acres of good farmland in southwest Georgia to be brought out of production to put enough of them little old reflectors out there on 7,000 acres to have a charging station for tractors and
Mhm.
cars.
Hey,
Eh,
go, I just need to jump back just a minute. Y'all see what Dr. Shea from the Colquitt Animal Clinic said about the gender neutral dog? She didn't even have to. You see her little symbol she put down there about the gender neutral
Hey,
dog.
but I know her.
She gets it. She knows what we're talking about. There ain't gonna be no such a thing.
They may be a neuter dog and they may be a spayed dog.
But
It
they
might
once
not
was.
get taste out their mouth. Hey, it may not get taste out their mouth, but it ain't took their gender away. They still think about it. They still think about it from time
It's
to
only
time.
mine, ain't it, Floyd?
Yeah, it's only mine, I promise you.
Yeah, it's only mine. It's only mine.
But yeah, I want to ask you. I'm going to ask anybody that farms out there that's farming right now. Any of you farmers, anything? Y'all text Marvin in and tell him how much diesel costs right now. If you fill up your tank with diesel, how much does it cost a gallon? If any of y'all out there listening at farm, tell me how much a gallon of diesel costs, man. And I'm gonna tell you what it cost last year because y'all already know. But I want to tell these folks out here listening out here in TV land what a gallon of diesel costs the farmer.
Off-road.
And listen,
Well,
Off-road diesel.
off-road diesel that the farmers uses in tractors to grow crops that he's losing his behind on every year.
You know what the price was?
Barely hanging on now. So
you know what the price was 20 years ago in 2001, Floyd? Do you remember that?
I remember 2001, but I don't remember what it was, how much it was.
A fellow at farm told me they did not even put diesel into their budget. They didn't even figure into the budget diesel fuel because it was so cheap. It was like 30 cents a gallon for off-road tractor diesel.
I started farming in 1967. I paid 12 cents a gallon. I bought me a diesel 3020 tractor in 1967. Got me a diesel tank out there, filled it up with diesel. It was 12 cents a gallon. That's what it was back then. And hey, man, we were selling peanuts for $500, $550 a ton then.
Hey, Floyd, let me interrupt you. Got another report from the doctor here, Dr. Schaefer Moore Phillip. She said absolutely after they spayed or neutered, they still think about it.
It's only mine.
That is a professional telling y'all. This ain't Floyd Marvin Queasel the child.
No, that's Dr. Shea.
That's a Dr. Shea telling y'all that.
You better hear it.
Don't argue with us. We got facts to back up what we say.
That's right.
We can go to the well.
All you want.
That's right.
Hey, I was reading the article where in California they trying to pass a law where when you go into a department store, you can't have a boys or a girls clothes section or toy section. Now, ain't that about stupid? Ain't that bad? So what you gonna go buy a dress and put it on a boy?
Oh yeah, some folks will.
Why do you want to? Why it don't make good sense. It just
not.
don't. It don't. I don't understand it. You know, they're messing up. They're messing up. There's nothing in the world no prettier than a little girl, you know, 1, 2 years old or even younger in a pretty Sunday church dress, an Easter dress, just dressed up just so, you know, they just fit to a T. Ain't nothing in the world no prettier than that. And here comes a bunch of idiots wanting to mess that up. Put on a pair of overalls and don't call it a he or a she, and just but I don't reckon they want you to go to church no way. So I don't reckon
they don't want you to go to church no way. No, church is
matters,
bad.
you know.
All right, Floyd. I just had a text. I don't know who this text me is, but it's an invoice where they paid it.
All right.
1,017 looks like 1,017 gallons. Average unit price 2.693058.
$2.69 a gallon. That's what it is. That's what it got. But I'm going to get all this in the right perspective. Who's the president at this time? At this place in time, what's the man's name that's sitting in the White House and calling himself the president? His name is Joe Biden. Who is the man that was sitting in the White House last year that was duly elected by the people, that was a duly elected president of the United States? Who was sitting in the White House last year? Let me refresh your memory. Donald J. Trump was sitting there last year. Diesel to farmers this year, right now, at the beginning of the year, not later on, right now, is $2.67 a gallon. Last year, a good friend of mine that farms about 3,000 acres of land said he bought it for 87 cents a gallon. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, all of you Democrats out there that love Joe Biden so much. And let me tell you what's going to happen to y'all. Your food prices is going to go up. And I don't care how many food stamps you got, you ain't going to be able to buy as much food with your food stamps because it's going to cost more, because it's going to cost more to produce it. It's going to cost more to them trucks that's trucking it all over the country to get it to your fat self so you can eat. So you can go in there and pick it off the shelf and put it in your buggy and go home with it and fix it and feed it to your youngest. It's going to cost you. So I want y'all to tell me how smart you were, just exactly how smart you are for voting for Joe Biden. Ring the phone and tell us what you
Hey,
think. Hey,
here's what
I'm sorry, I did not mean to sugarcoat it. Okay.
what we need to worry about, and I don't want to put fear out there, but let's just talk facts. It's 269 a gallon right now to prepare the land and plant the crop. My question is, with it going up at the rate it's going up, how much is it going to cost for a gallon of diesel fuel when we get to harvest time, in which Floyd and I done talked about some of them cotton pickers can burn 250 to 300 gallons a day just to make them run. Ain't made
Yeah,
no
just to make
payment
that.
on, ain't no payment on them. Ain't paid nobody to drive it down the roads just for it to run 300 gallons a day.
It'll
Figure
be over
that out.
$3 a gallon.
Huh?
It'll be over $3 a gallon.
Oh, it's
It'll
well
be
over
over
$3 a gallon.
four.
It may
Yeah,
be
Yeah,
$4 a gallon. Gas will be
yeah.
5. So y'all get ready out there. Y'all hunker down, Democrats. Y'all get ready for it. All y'all got, most of y'all, a bunch of y'all got good paying jobs and all this kind of stuff. So let's get ready to shell out some more for your luxuries, such as driving and eating.
That's it.
Congratulations. Thank y'all. Thank y'all so much for
Hello
dumping
to
that
a
idiot,
guy
for
that
dumping
I,
that idiot on us.
uh, I want to say hello to somebody who I know that did not vote for him that is watching from the state of Georgia, the great friend of mine, I'll call him, and a great professional wrestler through the years, Jerry Stubbs, Mr. Olympia.
Come
Good
on.
good evening to you, sir, and we know how you feel about this subject. You with us? What you reading, Floyd?
I got a Miller County Liberal here from 1970. This is interesting. I want to show this to y'all. I'm going to show you more Miller County Liberal. Let me get it right there. Springfield Farmer Supply. I know I got some old buddies out there that know what this place is. Springfield Farmer Supply. I want to show y'all a picture right there, Mr. Jerry Grimley. There's Mr. Ives Pearl Cheville and Mr. Sterling Cheville right in the middle right there. And guess what it says up underneath that, Floyd? Queens, I mean, Martin and Queens, y'all know them. Y'all know them well. Mr. Ives Pearl and Sterling. Guess what it says up underneath? Guess what just happened to them? This was the grand opening at Springfield Community, Springfield Farmer Supply on June the 7th, 1979. Guess what they just done? Just guess what Irish Pearl and Sterling, they just won. Mr. Jerry Grimley just give them. They won in a raffle a 1979 brand new Ford pickup truck. Now, how
Wow.
strong is that? Now, man, let me tell you, now that was jawing the ground when you walk something. You give somebody a pickup truck away. That's the way Mr.
Mm-hmm.
Jerry Grimley was. He jarred the ground when he walked around here. So I just that's some of that reflecting I like to do. I like to reflect back on that stuff. But Irish Pearl Sterling Sheffield, whoo, man, what a story. Y'all know who this son-in-law is, don't you?
Oh yeah.
Y'all know who Irish Pearl Sterling son-in-law is, don't you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We know him.
Oh, Roger Wayne Smokey Davis.
Yeah. Yeah, we know him.
I
They may
just
be
reminisce. I just reminiscing on y'all. They probably watching. Joe and Raj probably watching. I know Joe is. Raj may not, but Joe probably watching us tonight. But that was great Americans, man. Great America. That was great. Wonderful. Built that place, got out there in the middle of nowhere and built a farm supply center out there, buying peanuts, buying corn, soybeans, selling fertilizer. Come on, giving jobs to folks, providing a service and making money, which that's capitalism, y'all. That's how it works. You invest money. See, there didn't nobody give that Springfield farmer supply to Jerry Grenfell. Ain't nobody give it to him. He had to go
No.
borrow some money or pay for it out of his pocket. Somebody, he had to pay for it. It wasn't one of them. What do you call it? One of them grants, one of them federal grants where they put you in business, put you in business, dole all this money out to you, and all these tax credits. He had to pay taxes on all that stuff in early county, Georgia.
And if you move here from another country, they'll set you up sure enough.
Oh, well, set you up sure enough, baby. All you got to do is come and have a real doctor in your eyes, and you are in the convenience store business and motel. Correct me if I'm wrong. Call the number. And
The
I'm not
phone
being
is
insensitive. What's insensitive about that? They proud of it. They walk around with a
yeah.
red dot between their eyes. They proud of it. They love it. Why
Well,
should they be sensitive about it, man? Please, that'd be like me walking around out here naked up and down the road, and somebody making fun of me. You're gonna hurt my feelings. That's crazy.
Well,
They
you know,
proud of it.
this is just education is what you're doing, Floyd. It's
Right,
just like
exactly.
if you like to play on your computer and Google this Red Swastika Society.
Red swastika. Never heard of it.
Society.
Society. Red swastika society.
It predates the German use of the swastika.
We go. That goes back. The Native Americans over here used to have that as a symbol. I think at one time, way
It,
back
it-
here.
this was created in 1922, and of all countries, China.
Come on. So they proud
Just
of that
Google it
too, huh?
up and read up on it.
Uh-huh. Yep.
And when you go to some of these convenience stores you're talking about, look on either side of the door going in.
You see
On
the
the
swastika?
ground,
You see
painted
the
on the concrete.
you see the swastika?
I
Ooh,
did.
mercy. Here it comes, y'all. Hey, coming to a
Could
hometown, your hometown, coming to your hometown.
all right.
Right down the street from you, brother.
Yeah. It ain't got to be no big city neither.
No small cities. They like them small cities. Yes,
Last time I
man.
looked, Kinsey was not a big city.
Kinsey, Alabama is not a big city.
No, no.
It ain't.
Quasar,
Ain't got but one store.
Quasar, you were saying something, fixing to say something.
I don't know. There ain't no telling.
Oh,
Me
well, I
and
got
Charlie,
some.
me and Charlie back off from y'all for a while. Y'all need to get y'all some input in here. Me and Charlie gonna
Go
say,
ahead. Go
I
ooh,
want
ahead.
to show this
we
right
done,
here.
hey,
Oh, I
we
know
done
what
knocked
I
the
was
dough
going to
down.
say.
Yeah, I
I
put
know
that
what
up.
I
Hey,
was going to say.
yeah.
I wanted to show this. This is on one of my church members, Emmett Mott. That is a radish. I don't know. Don't ask me. I mean, but that is a radish right there. I'm talking about one.
Now, you need to tell the whole story on it now, Marvin. Don't just tell
That's
the
a
radish.
radish.
I'm not.
The,
Yes,
the people are gonna think that's a radish you put in your salad. Now, you need to tell the story on this if you know
it's
what you're
used
talking about.
it is used for crop cover.
Mm-hmm.
They put it.
Huh?
They
Yep. Sure do. Sure do. And it's got that long vertical root that goes down, that long tap root that goes down in the ground, and it breaks up the hard pan down there. And it puts nutrients into the soil, and it's just a tremendous cover crop for whatever you planting. I've got some friends of mine up in Early County that plant acres of this stuff, and they plant dryland corn behind it. Just make a tremendous yield every year with dryland corn because of that root system that goes down and penetrates the hard pan, breaks the hard pan up, puts nutrients in the soil, and puts what do you call it when you in the soil? What do you call it? Not the foreign material, but there's a name that you called it. It puts back into the soil that organic matter that helps build the soil back up. So it is a very, very highly adaptable and very highly useful conservation cover crop that farmers can use. The ones I've seen using it, they like it. If you can plant anything, I don't think you probably couldn't plant peanuts behind it. But you plant corn, cotton, probably soybeans behind it. But that's an interesting story. I've seen those things before, and when you showed that to me, Marvin, I said I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I apologize.
That's a boy dog right there now.
Yeah,
That'll get on down in there.
I dropped the internet connection just a minute ago. That's why you lost me. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can now.
Okay. Queasel, can you hear me?
I got you.
All right, good deal.
I got
All
you.
right,
I remember what I was going to say a while ago. It was just simple that Florida, what you tell it must be the truth, because I ain't heard the phone ring yet.
Oh, it ain't ring. Don't ain't gonna ring.
I ain't heard the phone ring.
Well, hold on. We got 3 text messages here. One says, please tell Floyd he is number 1. And then he wants Floyd to listen. I want you to run for vice president, and you in Trump office.
Oh man, I'm too old.
I'd vote for that.
Yeah, and then one of my other church members texted in about my other church member's radish. He wants to know what the gender of the radish.
Well, everybody the same token, you got a male and a female. They got to pollinate one another. Hey,
you know what?
Way it goes.
These people that's so smart. Do you think that they don't even know what neutral means? Cause they probably ain't never shifted no gears in no car,
that's right.
No how. They don't understand that. When you remember when you put it in neutral, you ain't going nowhere.
You ain't going nowhere. You exactly right. You there. You ain't go. You can exhaust the motor all you want to. You exhaust it. You exhaust it till you sling a rod in it, and you ain't going nowhere. All you neutral
ain't going
folks.
nowhere.
It's that.
So
that's a good point right there, Queasel. That's a good point, Queasel. Yep. But they don't know what the transmission is. Most of them they don't even know what the transmission is. They ain't got no idea.
They don't know.
They walk or ride a bicycle, or somebody do something. Ride the subway. That's how smart they are. They ride the stupid subway. I don't even think the subway's running in New York. I think they've shut it down. They've just about shut New York City down, man. It's closed for business. New York City.
I don't know.
I see it on Fox News sometimes. They'll show a video out there of the street. Like at 7 o'clock in the morning. Nobody on the street. Nobody there. Nobody. Closed. Shut down.
Charlie, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here, but can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you, but I don't see you.
Hear you, but you can't see you.
That's some of your doings over there.
No, my internet dropped a while ago is what happened.
They got to plug back in. They got to go out and come back in.
Go out and
that happened to me the other night. I had to do the same thing.
And I'll pull you back in.
Yeah, that happened to me.
Yeah, the internet dropped just a minute ago, and it kind of
it might do that from time to time. I don't know if it's something that I'm saying or whatever, but anyway, it cut me off sometime.
Marvin, I saw when I was reading the article, I saw where y'all Baptist preachers, y'all done got out of one of your own. Sent him to counseling and done all that kind of stuff.
What he did?
Who was it?
He was somewhere out in Texas or something, and he was preaching about how all the wives ought to look like they ought to look like I'm trying to remember her name now. Donald Trump's wife.
Tammy Faye Baker?
No, it ain't saying about no Tammy Baker. Melania. That's what they said. That's what he said. He was telling them about how they ought to look like her, and they ought to do all that kind of stuff. And they pulled him. They sent him to counseling. Baptist preacher. I just wondered, Marvin, was you a part of that vote?
No. I didn't. I ain't voted on nothing to do with no Baptist preacher.
Well, it showed it was on Fox News.
You Baptist preacher yourself, Marvin?
I didn't do anything on that. I didn't have no vote on that. Charlie, you can't hear.
He can't hear. He's tapped in something okay. And it's got mine and your face covered up on the screen, Marvin. You see that?
No, it ain't.
Got a private chat.
You gotta close that down.
He's back.
Yeah, there he is.
How'd I close it down?
You just push the little arrow button down there.
There it went away.
All right.
All right.
Hello.
All right.
There was a heap of mad people with that preacher. I don't forget what all it was, but he was talking about. They said he was in his sermon. He was not. He wasn't preaching what needed to be coming out of a pulpit, you know. And so they got on they got on that gentleman, and
I bet they did.
I didn't know. I didn't know if y'all all done that together or what.
No.
I thought just the Jehovah's Witnesses done that. I thought they expelled. You get expelled out of Jehovah's Witness for not towing the line. I'm just asking, you know. I'm just asking. What I've heard. I've heard of folks getting thrown out of Jehovah's Witnesses before.
Yeah.
I ain't
Boys,
never.
we are going on the line right now for
we can't
our
hear you, Marvin. I can't.
Huh? You can't hear me.
I can't.
Yeah, Floyd hears. Yeah, he hears.
I hear Marvin. You can't hear Marvin, please?
Not at all.
Oh, there he go. Yeah, he gonna go out and come back. You come back in?
I'm gonna go out and come back.
Yeah, go out and come back. Well, while we got Barwick, gonna be a good time for you to go out.
No, I want to hear that live before he gets on.
No, you need to hear him.
We are joined tonight. It's been a few weeks since he's been with us, but we are joined tonight by none other than the Reverend Kent Barwick for the fishing report for the Charlie Platt and Dirt Road Sports Show. Reverend Barwick, I know you've been away for a while, but it's good to have you back tonight. I hope you're doing well.
We're doing really good, Marvin. So glad to hear y'all and really enjoyed the discussion y'all been having tonight.
Good deal. Good deal. Tell us a little bit about what's been going on in your world.
Man, we had a good fishing trip not long ago and caught some nice speckled perch. One of them was a 2-pounder, female, and I know that because when we cleaned her, she had eggs in her. I hope that's okay. And
there you go. Tell them, preacher.
Yeah. And one of them big old blue cat. That blue cat was 32 pounds. That was a male. Didn't have any eggs in him. He was very aggressive, though, almost too aggressive. I started talking to him about it, but it was a good day, man. We had a good day fishing.
Yeah. Well, with you? Did anybody go with you, preacher?
With you?
Oh, I was with a Deacon Holt, and he can verify the weights on those fish. Also had a digital scale out too. So.
Well, you act like that somebody would challenge that.
Yeah. You got a member on your panel. You know, if you can't catch them, you criticize those who can. So you know how that goes.
Well, tell us about this sign here: Barwick's Bait Shop lures worms.
Yes, yeah, that was a print I ordered, and John Robert fixed it up for me. But you know, it's just a good gathering point. You can come around and tell your fishing stories. You know, true or not. It's just a good place to hang out.
That's great. I love it.
Yeah.
So, and how? I know you didn't get to go fishing this past week, did you?
No, sir, not this past week. But hey, next week is looking really good, really good. So I'm planning to go out there and do it one more time if I can.
I got you.
If all is well. Yes, sir.
Hopefully, have us some good pictures or videos for next week too.
Yes, sir. Yeah, now I'll be sure and categorize and identify male, female, you know, however we need to.
Well, let me ask this while I got you on the phone. Have you ever caught a transgender fish?
Not to my knowledge. I will tell you this: years ago, I worked in a meat market and we sold live lobster. No joke. And one of the very first things they did in the meat market was tell you how to identify a male lobster and a female lobster. And I never ran across one who wasn't sure what they were. I mean, there's pretty good evidence they one or the other.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So that goes back to all of nature follows God's plan, right?
I think all except us. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
We're the only one balking at it.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I will agree with you on that point. For the rest of what you've had to say or not, the jury's still out. I will agree with you on that point.
Were you able to see that big old catfish?
I saw it.
Let's go back to that. Let's put it back up there one more time.
I saw it.
Yeah, man, that was put up a good fight too. Fought like a man fish, really, is what it did.
Like a boy show.
Reverend Barwick, we are so glad you could join us back tonight. We look forward to next week, hopefully some more video and pictures, and hope you have a blessed day tomorrow in the house of the Lord.
Thank you so much. Y'all stir up all you can, okay?
We will.
Hey, y'all reckon Shay knows if they any transgender fish or not? Now she nailed them dogs. She knows about them dogs. I wonder do they doctor on fish down there too?
Yeah, they got on everything. If it swims,
Yeah,
flies, or whatever, it walks and talks, they'll do it.
yeah.
Oh man,
That's cool.
mercy
He
me.
is good. Old Dr. Russ. Now he runs a good veterinary place. That's
You
where
better
we take
believe he does.
our cats. When we had a dog, we took little Roxy over there. Man, they seen after. They seen after. Let me tell you what happened one time. My little dog got blind. I got a little Doberman dog, not little old miniature Doberman, pincher, Doberman, whatever you call it, Dachshund, miniature Dachshund. His name was Roxy, and we got that. We got that thing. She was like 20 years old, and she went blind. And we'd keep her in the house, we had a little place for her fixed up outside out here, and covered, inside place, and in the house, out the house. Anyway, it was raining one day like you would not believe. It was pouring down rain, and the little dog, she wanted to go outside, and she was about half blind. And anyway, I let her out under the carport. And I was looking at the rain, and I was fumbling around here and fumbling around there and looking at this and looking at that, and my little dog vanished. Little Roxy, she vanished. And Nadine was not at home. She was gone. She didn't find out about this until a little bit later on in the day. Roxy come up missing. I couldn't find her nowhere. She was gone. It rained, pouring down rain everywhere. We got a call, and about an hour and a half later, from Dr. Russ Henley down there at the veterinary clinic here in Cockwood. And I got the call, and they said, and I think it was Shay that called and said, now Roxy didn't have a collar on, didn't have no collar, but she had a little scar on the back of her hip back there, where another big old dog had jumped on her and put a scar on the back of her hip back there. So anyway, Roxy was missing. Got the call from the vet clinic down there. I'm gonna tell you about a small town. This is another one of them small town deals I'm gonna tell y'all about. All any of you folks living in Detroit or Chicago or wherever you are, Indiana or wherever, you want you to listen to this story. Now, this is a little dog that my wife dearly loved and that I dearly loved. Got a call from the vet clinic, said, Billy, said, are you missing Roxy? I said, yes. They said, we have her. And I said, praise the Lord. I said, I'll be right down there to get her. So I went on down there, flew down there and get our little dog. There she was, Roxy. Had that little scar on her hip back there. Just a little scar about like that right there on her hip back there. And I said, how did y'all wind up with her? They said a man came through here from Macon. He was a construction worker. He was coming back through. He saw her standing out by the road in front of Bob Travis's house. Y'all know where Bob Travis's house is. Marvin, you and Queasel do, right on 91 up there, standing by the road. He stopped and picked that little dog up and turned around. Didn't have no collar on her. Turned around, and he had come by the vet clinic, saw the sign up there, and he took her back to the vet clinic, and he said, do y'all have any idea whose dog this is? And they looked at her, and Shay said, yeah. Said, that's Roxy. Said, I recognize that scar on her hip back there. Said, that's Mr. Billy and Miss Karen Kimball's dog. They gave me that man. That man said, if they don't come pick this dog up, he said, you call me. He gave them his phone number. Said, you call me. If they don't come get this dog, I'll take her home with me. This is a great story. I mean, this is a great story. Had his phone number. They said, we got his phone number. They gave me his name. I can't remember what his name was anyway. I called him. He was on his way home. I called him on his cell phone, and I told him, I said, man, I said, you do not know how much I appreciate you doing this for me. I said, turning that little dog in like that. I said, my wife was distraught. I'm distraught. I said, the little dog got away from me. I was letting her go outside and use the bathroom, and she got away from me, and she wound up. He said, well, I tell you what. He said, I love dogs. I'm a dog lover. I'm an animal lover. And he said, where's the little dog right now? I said, she's asleep on a rug in our den. He said, will you send me a picture of her? And I said, I sure will. He wanted to make sure that little dog. So I snapped him a picture, sent it to him on his cell phone. Now that, my friends, is what living in a small town is.
That's right.
Y'all can have all the rest of y'all can have Atlanta, y'all can have Macon, Georgia, y'all can have Tallahassee, Florida. I know there's good folks that do that right there, but I'm talking about where we live in Colquitt, Georgia. That's the kind of folks that we live around in Colquitt, Georgia. And that's the reason I get so passionate about what's happening in this country. I don't want stuff like that taken away from us. I don't want the next generation that comes along following us. I don't want them to be without that. I want them to have that anchor and to have that knowledge and to have that belief and that faith in their community, that they love their community and they want the best for it, and they want the best for everybody that lives in that community. Listen to me. Everybody that lives in this community, we want the best for. So that's just a little story right there, a little sidebar that I didn't even know was going to happen tonight. That happened. But thank you, Shay, for watching us and listening to us, and thank you for texting in, Mark. Go ahead, John.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. I got dropped out and dropped on because of, I think, our director tonight, by the name of Marvin. Lothario, Lothario, where art thou, Lothario? We need you badly. But I got kind of, I heard the preacher talking about the fishing and the gender thing with the animals, and going back to the dog deal just for a second, because I think I missed something in this. If we've got to have neutral gender dogs, that's what you were saying, wasn't it, Marvin?
That's right.
All right. Are the boy dogs gonna squat, or are the girl dogs gonna hike?
Probably both.
Well, it's got to be the same, hasn't it, boys? I mean,
We got to do the same thing. Here to
that's
please these
right.
folks. Ain't no pleasing them otherwise. I
That's
got that.
right.
Ain't no
Roscoe,
pleasing
you
them
got to
otherwise.
learn.
That's right. That's right.
Hey, I wanna throw up one thing because I know we got to get to the short list in just a minute, but there's two things. Huh? Yeah. Two things that I came across this week, and I wanna read both of them. It won't take me just a second, and I want y'all's opinion on them. Number one was last week, just after the House passed the highly controversial Equality Act, which would amend the 1964 Civil Rights Act to ban discrimination on the basis of gender identity or sexual orientation. Representative Nadler indignantly told a fellow congressman that God's will is of no concern to this Congress. Number
He's
two,
exactly right. He's 100% correct.
Oh, yeah, he's right.
Yeah, he's 100% right. Yeah, I agree that he's right in his opinion and thinking that. He's right. He's wrong, but he's right in his opinion because he thinks that. 100% he thinks that. And the rest of them do too. If they got a D out there by that name, if they got a D, Congressman so-and-so, D from Georgia, D from Florida, D from Mississippi, D from Massachusetts, wherever. If you got a D out there by your name, that's what you stand for. That's exactly what you stand for. And you stand, here's something else you stand. You have no moral fiber. You have no soul. Anybody that would promote and say it's okay for a child to be killed once it is delivered from its mother's womb, and you call it that abortion, and you call it that, what is that? You call it that the choice? That's wrong. So
That's called
listen,
murder.
y'all better change your ways. Y'all better change your ways of thinking up
can
there in
you
Washington, D.C.
imagine the audacity of someone to say God's will is of no concern to this Congress?
That's what he thinks.
Look,
All right,
Jerry,
here's number
Jerry
two.
Nadler. Jerry
Yeah.
Nadler's been an idiot way before idiots were popular.
Here's number two this week, and I'll move on. Pope Francis warns mankind will face a second great flood caused by global warming.
Let me tell you something. You look up there in the sky after it rains, and you'll see a rainbow. And that rainbow is the real rainbow. That one's from God. And there was a promise that come with that rainbow. Do you remember what that promise was? What did that promise say?
Never again.
I'll stand on that. What they better start doing, if they want to prepare for the end of time, they better go buying stock in fire truck companies, because that's what's coming next. And we ain't got enough water to put it out. We ain't got. But let me tell you something. On your first point, this book right here, This book right here is full of nation after nation that did exactly what you said, denied God.
Right.
It's full of them. God's own people done it. They turned their back on him. But let me ask you this question. When it was all said and done, who won? When it's
God.
all said and done, God.
God wins
God.
every time.
That's
God's
right.
in control.
This is God's world. He created it. He gonna get rid of it when he gets ready to. And let me tell you something. Here's what he said, and he didn't make no bones about it. He sent his son to die on a cross so that we have a chance at salvation. And here's what Jesus said. Jesus said, "I am the way, the truth, and the life." He didn't say I'm one of the ways, or I could be several other ways. He said, "I am the way." And that no way, the only way to the Father, the only way through the Father is through him. Listen, all them people that don't believe that, if God has no place in Congress, all I can say is stock up on the suntan oil because they're gonna need it. They're gonna need it.
Let me say this too, because I know we need to move on, but here's the other thing too. Mine and your opinion of the scripture does not matter.
Who said that?
I did. Mine and your opinion of the scripture does not matter. It is the word of God.
Exactly.
And it better not be interpreted the wrong way. So the best thing to do is say, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
It ain't
All
that
right.
It is
hard.
what it is.
It ain't that hard.
We got to roll into, because we're fixing to run out of time. We need to go on and get into the short list for the week.
Ooh.
Famous here on this show, famous all over the world, and in 5 foreign countries and 3 sunken islands, and as well as on the big screen tonight. And I can't even remember where we live tonight. I'll find it in just a minute.
We live everywhere. You ready for the short list, Marvin?
Come on with it.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, short list. Y'all know what the short list is. Short list is a short list. It's a short list of things, short list of names, short list of folks. I'm gonna go ahead and start out with a good one here on y'all tonight. Short list of the names of the Pentecostal preachers that have appeared on Naked and Afraid. Oh, what you think about that, Tony Clay? Here's the gospel. Pentecostal women who have appeared on Naked and Afraid. Oh, but yeah, because if they don't get me, man, if they don't come get me, it's gonna be a miracle. And them and the Amish and the Jehovah's Witnesses and the Muslims. So you go on. They want Bible study classes, Bible study classes for Muslims. Here's one. Names of the people who have become more intelligent by smoking weed. Jewish rabbis, Catholic priests, and Free Will Baptist preachers that moonlight as aluminum siding salesmen. Here's a short list. Back on my Pentecostals. Pentecostal preachers that are afraid of vampires. Here's one. Northerners that know what a Coca-Cola is. That's a short
Pop,
list.
please.
Here's another short list. Southerners that call a Coca-Cola a pop. Ooh, Lord have mercy. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, yeah, here's one. Sensible policy decisions made by Democrats.
Oh, that's a short one.
That's a short one.
That ain't even got a page to write on, does it?
They ain't got nothing. That's zero. There's nothing. Ain't no list there.
No.
Number of days that gas has gone down since Joe Biden became president. Call me. Call me. Oh, Lord. Hey. And here's one. This is just as true as it ever gets right here. Things that liberals fear more than being called a racist. Call me liberal. I'm in the book. Call me.
I want you to hit the rewind button and go to that very first one more
That
time.
very
And
first one again.
hit the rewind button on that one.
Let me hit the rewind button. Okay. It is right. Short list. Pentecostal preachers that have appeared on naked and afraid. That probably did it right there. That probably got me right there.
Yes, the God and Church of God is they coming after you.
They coming for me. Hey man. They know where I live. They know where I stay. Oh gosh.
Oh,
Mercy.
that's
Hey,
funny.
I don't mean nothing by it. I'm
I
just
don't
having
care who you are. That's funny right there now.
Yes, sir.
fun. Oh mercy.
Mm. Well, Charlie, we got 3 minutes.
I don't think we need those 3 minutes.
Yeah, we can just say amen and go home.
Amen and go home is it. Woo!
Terry
We
Bruce said
talk,
we need another hour.
who said that?
Terry Bruce.
Oh, me.
We ain't got another hour left in us.
Ugh.
We spent.
I believe you outdid yourself tonight, and I believe that before the night's over with, on Facebook there'll be some folks say, anyone know who this Floyd B. Floyd actually is?
Yeah. Who is this
We want
guy?
to pray for him tomorrow, and we want to go see him.
Circle B contractors gonna want the cap back.
Oh boy,
We ain't
we
even talked
talked.
about Buddy C. Chambers, and I ain't even talked about the greatest car salesman in the
Greatest
world.
car salesman in the world.
Let
In
me tell you
the
Yeah.
about car
world.
salesman. Let me tell you something about car salesman, Marvin. You appreciate this. I'm gonna tell you something about car salesman. Car salesmen and preachers are a lot alike. Many are
Oh,
called, but few are chosen. Buddy C. Chambers is chosen.
It's true.
Marvin is chosen. Just had to get
Oh
that in.
Lord.
Had to get it. That's two of my biggest buddies in the world. Earl Boyette and Buddy C. Chambers. Love them.
Oh,
oh,
Lord.
Mm,
we got to close
mm.
this thing out. I think we talked a lot of serious stuff tonight. We had a lot of fun there at the end. But pray for this nation. I'm not Queasel. A lot of you know, a lot of you already know that I'm on a lot of medication for heart, and I can't hardly watch the news anymore without wanting to reach in the pocket and get my bottle of nitroglycerin out, and I've already got a nitro patch on. Uh, it's serious, and I think we need to pray for this nation and pray for each other because unless someone like the good Lord Himself intercedes in what's going on down here, we in for some rough times, boys. And with that, to you, Floyd.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Charlie. You're exactly right. I done said all I need to say tonight. I said what was on my mind. I said what I felt. We love y'all, man. We love being with y'all on Saturday night. Y'all are important to us. Uh, y'all stay tuned in to us. Tell us what you think. Like us or don't like us, whatever. We ain't gonna change. We the same. Anytime you meet me on the street, you know who I am, and you know what to expect. In the same way with Marvin and Queasel and Charlie. So we love y'all. We love y'all. We love this place that we live in, and we want it to keep going like it's been going and even get better. So y'all pray for us, and we'll pray for y'all. Queasel.
You right, Floyd. There ain't nothing or nowhere no better. With all the problems we got, we still live in the greatest nation that there is. Uh, and the four of us, and most of you do too. The four of us, we choose to serve the only true living God. That's why we can laugh and joke and cut up. But I'm gonna tell you something that ain't something to laugh and joke and cut up about. I just still find it hard to believe how the United States of America can turn their back on God Almighty. I just don't
Mm.
see how they can do it. I can't understand it. Had it not be for him, the United States would have never been formed. He's led us and kept his hand on us through many, many, many wars, from all the turmoil that we went through. But yet we are now to the point now where we want to play him. We want to decide who's what and what ought to need to be male and what ought to need to be female. It just breaks my heart to see all this happening. But hey, let me tell you something. As long as he's still sitting on the throne, there's hope. Don't give up.
Yeah.
Don't give up. Just keep praying, and everything is going to be okay. Because as long as he's on the throne, don't make no difference who's in the White House. The throne is going to win. I'll leave you with this little bit of word of wisdom and let Marvin close us out of here. Folks, you need to remember this. It's a whole heap easier letting the cat out of the bag than it is putting it back in. Just remember that next time your tongue wants to get loose.
That's good stuff right there. Real good stuff. Guys, I don't know about y'all, but I've enjoyed the show tonight. And I listen, I want to say thank you to all of our viewers. I mean, y'all just got folks that post on here that driving down the road listening to us. And I mean, I would say the tri-state area, but it's all over. It's more than just the tri-state area. And we love y'all. We appreciate it. Y'all don't have to invite us into your home, but you do every Saturday night. And we just want to tell you how much it means to us that y'all would even watch us. And we appreciate you. We love y'all. Listen, in our little community of Colquitt right here, we've had a lot of deaths in the last few weeks and a lot of families that are hurting. And I just want to say, send out a special tonight just to for everybody to remember families that are hurting right now, that have lost loved ones and are hurting right now. Let's remember them in our prayers. Tomorrow's Sunday. That's the Lord's Day. You need to be in the house of God tomorrow, or either you be on Facebook or turn on the TV. Give God his due tomorrow. He deserves it, and it's our responsibility. Scripture of the week: in his hand are the deep places of the earth. The heights of the hills are also his. The sea is his, for he made it, and his hand formed the dry land. Let's remember that next time we want to start taking science and making things our own ways. God owns it all. He made it all, and he's in control of all. Again, we want to appreciate you tonight. Thank you tonight for joining us. Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. We were live tonight, sending a big shout out to Mel's Mexican Meal House, Muslim Cuisine, and Minnow Shop in Monkey's Eyebrow, Kentucky. We love y'all. Good night. God bless you. And we love y'all Pentecostals.
We love y'all. Y'all be particular.
See y'all.